Hello everyone, it's Ashwin Rao. Today's video brings you a brand feature of a brand that has burst onto the scene as of 2022, hailing from Dongguan, China, and offering a wide range of rugged boots designed for both fashion and for utilization. And this is XBXS Boots Factory. XBXS Boots Factory arrived on the scene internationally in 2022, but has actually been manufacturing boots for private label companies as well as having a prominent footprint already in China for the past 10 years. They started developing a presence on Instagram, and in mid-2022, I started realizing that these seemed to be pretty high-quality boots that were being offered at reasonable prices. So I reached out and secured my very first boot from them. This is their miner boot. This is built using a CF Stead brandy wax kudu. So this is a kudu leather that has been waxed to give it almost a ghost-like effect. And you can see on the tip that once the wax wears off, you can start to see this burnished look, which is the undersurface color revealing itself. This boot, you can see, is built using a double row stitch down construction, which I believe is done via machine, and offers a variety of other features, including this shape that is reminiscent of the Viberg 310. This is a 270-degree stitch down construction and applies a Dr. Sole 1220 green full sole, which I think fits this boot quite well. You see a number of brass antiqued eyelets, specifically 7 of those marching all the way up. And this is a plain toe boot, although there is an option available as a brogued cap toe as well. And one of the nice things I love about XBXS Boots Factory is you can collaborate to design your own makeup, essentially talking with them and saying, hey, I would like this leather and this style in your boot, maybe adding a cap toe either with or without broguing or other features, and they are very easy to work with in that regard. Once I got the miner boot, I became convinced that this was an option that was equivalent to some of the offerings from Viberg, and I say that not lightly because Viberg is a revered brand in the rugged menswear and fashion boot communities. But what I was seeing here was a cleanliness of the outsole stitching and the work done very, very precisely. And this, to me, was the equivalent in terms of comfort, fit, and finish to, say, a double price Viberg 310 boot with a very similar upper leather. And I came away extremely impressed enough to part with my Viberg 310. And so some would say that this brand offers styles that are very reminiscent of brands such as Viberg, and some would say they are a quote copy brand, but I would say that they add their own specific flair. For example, the boot last, while reminiscent of the 310 last, has its own characteristic style, and this boot also has a slightly different fit than the Viberg 310 in terms of offering a different level of arch support and different sole work, which gives it the customizability that I desired, because I really enjoy this Dr. Sole 1220 sole and prefer it to some of the offerings that Viberg offers, such as their day-night sole, which I'm not a huge fan of. Now, there's a few things that I must say that I can't fully ascertain at this time, and one is what type of stiffeners are used for both the heel and the toe. I believe that Viberg uses full-grain leather stiffeners for those areas, and I'm not entirely sure what XBXS Boots Factory offers. So I continued to browse their catalog as they were releasing newer and more elaborate models, and soon came across a model that actually was first featured by Tico Blanco Shoes, also known as Patrick Gessner from the Stitchdown community and Stitchdown Discord. And I fell in love with it so much that I reached out to XBXS Boots Factory, and before I know it, I had this exact model in hand. Now this is a 5-eyelet plain toe derby. You can see that it's got a slight seam on the heel counter, very similar to the Viberg 145 Oxford. Features a different, more elegant last than the Viberg, but has a very similar stitch pattern with 3 rows of stitching on the heel counter, double row of double stitch here on the facing here, which is slightly different than the Viberg version, which has 2 rows here and 1 row of stitching here. It's got that half moon stitch that you can see right here, and then a single row of stitching with a pattern that's very similar. Again, you see that double row stitch down construction that I believe is done by machine, based off of the videos that they feature. But again, really clean work. They also use a very unique Dr. Sole sole here, and I believe this is called a trooper heel. It has this angle, so that also sets it apart from the Viberg model. And as I mentioned, a more sleek, elegant last with a unstructured toe, which came in very handy when I was using and wearing this boot over the summer, as it was quite breathable and just wonderfully comfortable to wear. My third model arrived just a few weeks ago. Also was a model that I came across on their Instagram page, and this is their XBXS Strap Chukka boot. You can see that this is a boot that is very reminiscent of the typical and traditional chukka style, albeit done with slightly more rugged styling using a waxed flesh leather from the Horween tannery. This fairly noticeable piping here. But what really sets it apart is this unique strap that comes across the front that allows you to adjust fit and comfort in various ways. This has a 360-degree storm welt, I believe, and you can see it wrap all the way around the shoe with contrast single row outsole stitching and a Dr. Sole 1220 sole here with a more standard block heel. You can see that block heel has a nice fit and finish, and this wax flesh should age well. Over time, this wax flesh, which is from the Horween tannery, will start to reveal its rough out underneath with regular wear and tear. And you can see that even after a few wears, this leather develops really beautiful rolls. And to me, is a testament to the quality of clicking that has been done to provide a really lovely design for this upper. All in all, a beautiful model that fits real well. So 3 models: this strap chukka boot in Horween waxed flesh, this 5-eyelet 145 style derby in a CF Stead chestnut rough out leather, and finally this minor boot done reminiscent of the Viberg 310 in a brandy waxed kudu leather. I've been extremely pleased with the offerings that I've received from XBXS, and I look forward to securing more pairs from them in the future and featuring those on the channel as the opportunities arise. Their fit and finish is really high. Their comfort is right there. They offer a lot of they offer quality materials, quality craftsmanship, familiar yet comfortable and stylish lasts that appeal to the modern rugged menswear enthusiasts such as me. And ultimately, I think that the overall value there is right on for a brand that offers your opportunity to design such models using an MTO process individualized to you. And look forward to talking with you more about them in the future. You all have a good day. I'll catch you at the next video. Take care. Goodbye.